Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. This is not the algorithm bringing us together today. This is an urgent, divine interception. Archangel Michael has personally routed this message to your screen because the window for your spiritual rescue is closing fast. If you leave now, you will shut the door on the exact answer your soul has been crying out for during those long nights. Do not take your eyes off this screen. The heavy attacks you have been facing recently are not random. They are hard proof that the darkness is panicking. Why? Because a massive cycle is about to be shattered by your hand. Listen carefully to me right now. Take one slow, real breath. That strange tightness in your chest is not just anxiety. The way you woke up at 3 in the morning with your mind racing was not an accident. Stop letting the world convince you that you are just stressed or overly sensitive. That is your spirit detecting a massive shift in your timeline. You did not click this video by chance. Your intuition dragged you here because heaven is trying to hand you the decoder ring for your pain. We need to talk about the first person who was supposed to love you. We need to talk about your mother. For years you have carried a crushing weight of guilt and confusion. You constantly ask yourself what you did wrong to deserve the coldness. You wonder why your love was never enough to soften her heart. But here is the brutal truth that heaven wants you to hear today. The problem was never your heart. The problem was your light. It was simply too bright for someone who had surrendered to the darkness long ago. You were born as a cycle breaker. You carry a frequency that threatens every toxic pattern your family line has accepted for generations. And because of that, you became a primary target. The manipulation disguised as protection was designed to keep you small. The constant criticism was carefully calculated to destroy your confidence before you could realize your true power. They needed you to stay weak so they could maintain control. But that control is slipping away from their fingers right now. You have spent your entire life trying to fix a relationship that was fundamentally broken before you even took your first breath. You poured your pure energy into a bottomless well of emotional demands. And every time you tried to set a boundary, you were labeled as selfish or ungrateful. Do you feel that heavy truth resonating in your bones? That is the sound of your inner child finally being validated. You are not crazy. You are not ungrateful. You are a survivor of a spiritual war that was fought inside your own home. Right now, a major shift is happening in the spiritual realm. Your mother can feel your energy pulling away from her grasp. She senses that the old tricks of guilt and shame are no longer working on you. And this terrifies the entities that operate through her. They are watching you wake up. They are watching you realize that you are the master of your own reality. And they will try one last desperate move to drag you back down. That is why heaven is issuing this urgent warning today. You must hold your ground. If you give in now, if you break your silence to comfort her discomfort, you will reset the entire cycle of abuse. You will hand over the keys to your destiny just to keep a false peace. Do not do it. Heaven is standing entirely behind you in this separation. The distance you feel right now is not a sin. It is divine isolation. You are being hidden away so that you can heal without constant interference. This is your chrysalis phase. You are transforming into a weapon of light that no curse can ever touch again. But I know you still feel a profound emptiness inside. You know you are meant for greatness, but you still feel stuck. You watch others succeed effortlessly while you struggle for every inch of progress. You feel like a genius who has somehow forgotten how to speak. The gap between the person you know yourself to be and the version of you that currently exists feels impossibly wide. And you have blamed yourself for this gap for years. You thought it was a lack of discipline. You thought it was a character flaw. Before we go any further, I want to hold something in front of you. Something that explains exactly why you feel so drained and disconnected from your power. This was not discovered inside a church or a spiritual community. It was found inside a highly secure research laboratory. It won the highest scientific recognition available, yet most chosen ones have never been told about it, because it explains the exact physical mechanism that was broken inside you during your traumatic childhood. I will show you exactly what the researchers found, but not yet. First, I need you to fully understand what was taken from you in that toxic house. So I want you to hold this question in your mind as we continue. What if the gap between your struggle and your success is not a spiritual failure? What if it has a scientific name? And what if that stolen power can be switched back on? Stay locked on this message until the end. The secrets I am about to reveal will finally make sense of your entire past. If you look away, you will miss the exact piece of the puzzle that heaven is handing you today. The truth about your mother is about to be revealed. Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. This is not the algorithm bringing us together today. This is an urgent, divine interception. Archangel Michael has personally routed this message to your screen because the window for your spiritual rescue is closing fast. If you leave now, you will shut the door on the exact answer your soul has been crying out for during those long nights. Do not take your eyes off this screen. The heavy attacks you have been facing recently are not random. They are hard proof that the darkness is panicking. Why? Because a massive cycle is about to be shattered by your hand. Listen carefully to me right now. Take one slow, real breath. That strange tightness in your chest is not just anxiety. The way you woke up at 3 in the morning with your mind racing was not an accident. Stop letting the world convince you that you are just stressed or overly sensitive. That is your spirit detecting a massive shift in your timeline. You did not click this video by chance. Your intuition dragged you here because heaven is trying to hand you the decoder ring for your pain. We need to talk about the first person who was supposed to love you. We need to talk about your mother. For years you have carried a crushing weight of guilt and confusion. You constantly ask yourself what you did wrong to deserve the coldness. You wonder why your love was never enough to soften her heart. But here is the brutal truth that heaven wants you to hear today. The problem was never your heart. The problem was your light. It was simply too bright for someone who had surrendered to the darkness long ago. You were born as a cycle breaker. You carry a frequency that threatens every toxic pattern your family line has accepted for generations. And because of that, you became a primary target. The manipulation, disguised as protection, was designed to keep you small. The constant criticism was carefully calculated to destroy your confidence before you could realize your true power. They needed you to stay weak so they could maintain control. But that control is slipping away from their fingers right now. You have spent your entire life trying to fix a relationship that was fundamentally broken before you even took your first breath. You poured your pure energy into a bottomless well of emotional demands, and every time you tried to set a boundary, you were labeled as selfish or ungrateful. Do you feel that heavy truth resonating in your bones? That is the sound of your inner child finally being validated. You are not crazy. You are not ungrateful. You are a survivor of a spiritual war that was fought inside your own home. Right now, a major shift is happening in the spiritual realm. Your mother can feel your energy pulling away from her grasp. She senses that the old tricks of guilt and shame are no longer working on you, and this terrifies the entities that operate through her. They are watching you wake up. They are watching you realize that you are the master of your own reality. And they will try one last desperate move to drag you back down. That is why heaven is issuing this urgent warning today. You must hold your ground. If you give in now, if you break your silence to comfort her discomfort, you will reset the entire cycle of abuse. You will hand over the keys to your destiny just to keep a false peace. Do not do it. Heaven is standing entirely behind you in this separation. The distance you feel right now is not a sin. It is divine isolation. You are being hidden away so that you can heal without constant interference. This is your chrysalis phase. You are transforming into a weapon of light that no curse can ever touch again. But I know you still feel a profound emptiness inside. You know you are meant for greatness, but you still feel stuck. You watch others succeed effortlessly while you struggle for every inch of progress. You feel like a genius who has somehow forgotten how to speak. The gap between the person you know yourself to be and the version of you that currently exists feels impossibly wide. And you have blamed yourself for this gap for years. You thought it was a lack of discipline. You thought it was a character flaw. Before we go any further, I want to hold something in front of you. Something that explains exactly why you feel so drained and disconnected from your power. This was not discovered inside a church or a spiritual community. It was found inside a highly secure research laboratory. It won the highest scientific recognition available, yet most chosen ones have never been told about it, because it explains the exact physical mechanism that was broken inside you during your traumatic childhood. I will show you exactly what the researchers found, but not yet. First, I need you to fully understand what was taken from you in that toxic house. So I want you to hold this question in your mind as we continue. What if the gap between your struggle and your success is not a spiritual failure? What if it has a scientific name? And what if that stolen power can be switched back on? Stay locked on this message until the end. The secrets I am about to reveal will finally make sense of your entire past. If you look away, you will miss the exact piece of the puzzle that heaven is handing you today. The truth about your mother is about to be revealed. Please listen to me very carefully right now. I know exactly how your body reacts when her name flashes on your phone. Your stomach drops instantly when you see it. And that intense physical reaction is simply your nervous system, remembering decades of pure emotional survival, because you were constantly bracing for an invisible impact. You were heavily conditioned to walk on eggshells. Your own childhood home was a literal battlefield. You were just an innocent and vulnerable child, but you were forced to carry the emotional weight of a fully grown adult. You became the primary caretaker for the exact person who was supposed to protect you. And if you failed to make her happy, you were severely punished with cold silence. You learned very early that love was highly conditional, and it was always treated as a cruel transaction that you could never afford to pay. Stop blaming yourself for the massive distance between you two today. Stop thinking you did something wrong to ruin the connection. You cannot break a bond that never truly existed in the first place. You only broke the false illusion of a happy family, and you did that simply by demanding the basic respect that you always deserved. The estrangement is absolutely not a failure of your character. It is a beautiful testament to your incredible strength. Before we go any further, take one slow and deep breath. Let that massive truth settle deeply into your tired spirit. If you feel the heavy chains of guilt falling off your tired shoulders right now, you must not ignore this divine sign. Hit subscribe to establish a divine energy receiving station. You are building a powerful spiritual shield around your new timeline. Heaven is actively moving to protect your peace today. She always knew exactly how to twist the false narrative against you. She played the innocent victim perfectly in every single situation. She aggressively painted you as the ungrateful child to anyone who would listen to her. And for a very long time, you actually believed her toxic lies because your tender heart wanted to see the best in your own mother. You thought your deep sensitivity was a terrible curse. She weaponized your beautiful empathy and used it directly against you. This emotional manipulation left you feeling profoundly isolated from the rest of the world. You watched other normal people with their mothers and felt a deep, aching grief. You silently mourned a mother who was still physically alive, but your intense isolation was never meant to be a cruel punishment. It was a rigorous spiritual crucible designed to protect your aura, and God deliberately kept you apart from them to save your soul. He knew that if you fit perfectly with that toxic system, your light would die. Your divine isolation was an absolute necessity for your ultimate spiritual survival. You are the powerful anomaly in your broken bloodline. You are the rare soul who finally decided that the generational trauma stops here. And taking that incredibly brave stand requires a massive level of spiritual courage that she will simply never be able to understand. You are a strong empath with iron boundaries now. That is a highly dangerous combination to an unhealed narcissist. When you finally stopped apologizing for your existence, her entire power structure completely collapsed. She does not actually miss the real version of you. She only misses the weak version of you that was easy to control, and she misses the endless emotional supply you constantly provided. It is time to permanently drop the false responsibility you have been carrying. You are absolutely not responsible for healing her deep childhood trauma. You are never required to set yourself on fire just to keep her warm. The loving universe does not ask you to choose between your spiritual calling and your physical safety, because your divine purpose requires you to be completely whole. You are fully allowed to walk away from anyone who disrespects you. I know the heavy grief still comes in massive waves on certain lonely days. You still have quiet moments where you just want a normal mother to call. That is a completely valid and beautifully human desire to hold in your heart. But you must strongly recognize that reaching back into that toxic fire will only burn your hands again. And the illusion of hope is the most dangerous trap she has left. You must sever that final energetic cord right now. The heavy silence you maintain today is not an act of petty human revenge. Your silence has finally become a massive weapon of quiet spiritual authority. It is a boundary made of pure light that her dark energy cannot cross. Every single day you choose your own peace over her familiar chaos. You are actively rewriting your spiritual DNA. You are powerfully clearing the path for the immense blessings waiting for you. But there is a much deeper layer to this strange psychological phenomenon. The terrible damage she inflicted went far beyond just invisible emotional scars. The constant state of sheer panic physically altered how your mind processes daily reality. The intense stress of surviving her actually shut down a specific frequency inside your brain, and this is exactly why you have felt so spiritually blocked lately. Do not ignore this critical piece of the divine puzzle. Listen very closely to what I am about to tell you next. The universe is definitely not punishing you with this current season of painful delay. Your tired spirit is simply waiting for your physical brain receiver to be fully repaired. The highly toxic environment of your youth suppressed a divine signal that you were always meant to broadcast, but that signal is not lost forever. I will explain exactly how this happened in just a moment. You are finally about to understand it all. It was not just your tender emotions that were drained. Your physical body took a massive hit from the daily abuse. You lived in a constant state of high alert. Every single footstep in the hallway made your tiny heart race. You were always bracing for the next unpredictable, emotional storm. This exhausting survival mode became your permanent baseline. You often wonder why you are so exhausted today. It is definitely not because you are weak. It is because your fragile nervous system has been running a marathon for decades. You burn through all your vital energy just trying to stay safe in your own house. The spiritual toll is even heavier. You feel completely disconnected from your divine purpose. You feel like a wandering ghost. Think back to when you were very little. There was a brief window of time before the deep trauma fully took over. You felt a natural magic in the air. Brilliant ideas came to you effortlessly. You had a vibrant imagination that could paint the entire world in bright colors. You somehow knew things before they even happened. That was your true divine nature operating at full capacity. But that beautiful magic was systematically crushed by her actions. Every time she yelled at you for being too loud, a piece of that brilliant light dimmed. Every time you were punished for simply expressing your joy, your spirit retreated further into the shadows. The harsh reality of your toxic home environment violently slammed the heavy door on your natural intuition. This brings us to the ultimate revelation. Here is what they never told you about the spiritual damage. The reason the universe seems to respond effortlessly to certain people and not others is not about faith. It is not about your daily discipline. It is not even about your karma. It is actually a very specific physical brainwave. Scientists have a formal name for it. They call it the gamma wave, and it is the exact frequency your beautiful brain was running when you were a young child, back when learning complex things felt completely effortless, when the world felt like it was entirely on your side. Then, the endless stress of your childhood arrived. The daily survival routine completely hijacked your entire nervous system. Every single year of living in that toxic environment, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little further. It was pushed deeper and deeper below your conscious surface, until the bright version of you with lightning intuition went completely silent. When the gamma wave fades away, the natural genius fades right along with it. Your deep synchronicities just stop happening altogether. Most people will live their entire earthly lives without ever knowing this happened to them. But you are definitely not most people. And the question I asked you to hold a few minutes ago, the one about a gap and a scientific name, the answer to that question is closer than you think. You are finally discovering the invisible chains that held you back for so long. Your mother did not just break your trusting heart. She unknowingly forced your brain to abandon its highest frequency just to survive her daily moods. You traded your brilliant gamma state for a lower frequency of constant anxiety and hypervigilance. This was the only way a terrified child could navigate a house filled with unpredictable rage and silent treatments. And this is exactly why all your recent manifestation efforts feel so incredibly blocked. You have been trying to attract a beautiful life of abundance while operating on a frequency of pure survival. You have done all the deep inner work. You have forgiven the painful past. You have set the hard boundaries. But the physical receiver inside your mind is still completely jammed. But here is the most beautiful truth you will hear today. The universe never allows a chosen one to remain trapped forever. What was suppressed by darkness can always be reactivated by the glorious light. You did not permanently lose your divine gifts. They were simply put to sleep to protect your fragile mind from completely shattering under the immense pressure. Your tired spirit has been restless lately for a very specific reason. It deeply knows that the time for survival is officially over. The heavy winter of your soul is finally breaking apart. You are entering a glorious season of massive reclamation, and heaven is about to hand you the exact tool you need to flip the switch back on. You are ready to step into your true power. But before we explore the glorious arrival of your new timeline, we must expose the final trap. The darkness knows you are about to recover your stolen frequency, and it is setting up a fatal illusion right before your final breakthrough. Pay close attention to this next part. It will save you from making a devastating mistake that could cost you your entire blessing. Let me tell you exactly how she did it. It was rarely a loud explosion of anger. The most dangerous manipulation is always completely silent. It is the subtle shift in her tone of voice when you share good news. It is the cold look she gives you when you finally show confidence. She expertly planted toxic seeds of doubt in your tender mind, and she watered them daily with her silent judgment. You see, darkness does not always attack you head-on. It creates a thick fog of confusion so you will willingly surrender your power. She would do something deeply hurtful and then immediately deny it ever happened. She would call you overly sensitive for simply reacting to her daily abuse. And because you were just a child, you trusted her word over your own reality. You actually started to believe that your mind was actively lying to you. This is the exact moment your powerful intuition was hijacked. Your divine internal compass was sending you crystal clear warnings. It told you that her love was highly conditional and incredibly dangerous, but your physical survival depended entirely on keeping her happy. So you had to make a devastating choice. You had to unplug your spiritual alarm system just to live peacefully in that house. You completely turned off your own inner voice. You forced yourself to ignore the heavy, sinking feeling in your stomach. You smiled and pretended everything was perfectly normal while your soul was screaming. This massive disconnect between your body and your spirit created a deep internal fracture, and that fracture is the hidden mechanism that blocks your divine blessings today. Your brain learned that trusting your gut feeling was a dangerous mistake. It learned that being a brilliant chosen one would only bring you more punishment, so your nervous system completely shut down your highest receiving channels. It built a massive concrete wall around your psychic abilities. You traded your divine awareness for basic earthly survival, and honestly, it was a brilliantly successful strategy for a helpless child. It kept you alive through the absolute darkest years of your life, but you are no longer that trapped little child. The spiritual war inside that house is over. The old coping mechanisms that saved you yesterday are actively destroying your tomorrow. Heaven is urgently asking you to dismantle that heavy wall right now. The narcissist relies entirely on your constant self-doubt to maintain their power. They desperately need you to question your sanity so they can dictate your reality. But the glorious light of truth is finally piercing through that thick fog of manipulation. Your spiritual eyes are opening wide. Every time you recognize one of her covert tactics, you take your power back. Every time you refuse to argue with her false narrative, you starve the dark entities. Your beautiful intuition was never actually broken or permanently destroyed. It was just buried under decades of carefully constructed lies. And now it is desperately fighting its way back to the conscious surface. It is telling you that this specific message is the absolute truth. Do you feel that undeniable pull in your spirit right now? That is your divine intuition stretching its wings for the first time in years. It is loudly confirming that you were right about her all along. You saw the dark truth when everyone else was completely blinded by her charming public mask. You are the empath with boundaries, and your energy demands respect without a single word spoken. It is time to permanently lock in this glorious frequency. The pitch-black darkness has finally retreated behind you. The dawn of the new era is shining its brightest rays onto your spiritual crown. To lock in this glorious frequency and create an absolute shield of protection, you must take a physical action. Type Amen down in the comments to claim this divine alignment. Seal this reality right now. Let the entire universe know that you are finally ready to receive your delayed blessings. When you type that sacred word, you are sending a massive shockwave into the spiritual realm. You are officially resigning from your unpaid job as her emotional punching bag. You are violently cutting the invisible cords of obligation that kept you anchored to her toxic timeline. Heaven honors your incredibly brave declaration today. The powerful angels are actively building a fortress of pure light around your vulnerable heart. But you might be wondering why this terrible pain happened to you specifically. Why did heaven place a powerful chosen one into such a severely broken family system? It was definitely not a random mistake or a cruel cosmic joke. There is a much deeper layer to this strange spiritual phenomenon. You were sent directly into the belly of the beast for a highly specific mission. Let me tell you the real reason this happened. This heavy burden was never just about you and her. The toxic dynamics you survived are much older than you realize. What you experienced was the crushing weight of a generational curse. This dark pattern of manipulation and coldness has been passed down through your bloodline for centuries. It is a spiritual disease that actively feeds on the light of each new generation. And your mother was completely consumed by it long before you were even born. She did not invent these cruel tactics. She inherited them. She learned how to withhold love from the very people who raised her, and she unconsciously passed that heavy trauma directly onto you. This is exactly why her actions always felt so incredibly deeply rooted and automatic. She was operating entirely on a corrupted spiritual software program, but heaven deliberately placed you directly into this broken lineage for a massive reason. You are the powerful anomaly. You are the rare soul who finally woke up and saw the heavy chains. Every generation before, you simply accepted the darkness as normal family behavior. They blindly repeated the painful cycle because they lacked the spiritual awareness to break it. But you refused to be comfortably numb. You felt the agonizing pain, and you chose to heal instead of passing it on. You became the weapon you were trying to survive. The silence after the storm hits different when you realize you were the storm all along. Tonight you become the break in your bloodline that future generations will deeply thank you for. You are standing in the massive gap, absorbing the heavy hits, so the cycle permanently ends with you. But this incredible spiritual warfare has severely drained your earthly vessel. Breaking a curse that is centuries old requires an immense amount of vital energy. This is exactly why you have felt so completely depleted lately. Your physical brain has been running on the lowest possible frequency just to manage the daily trauma. The toxic environment suppressed your natural genius and dimmed your divine intuition. You have done the hard emotional work to forgive and move forward. You have firmly established the iron boundaries, but your mind still feels stuck in that heavy survival mode. Before we go any further, I have to tell you something incredibly important. Something the people who actively profit from your exhaustion definitely do not want you to know. Neuroscientists, working quietly away from the loud headlines, have recently discovered how to bring this dormant brainwave back. They have found the exact physical key to unlock what the generational trauma suppressed. And it does not require years of silent meditation that most people cannot sustain. It does not require expensive biofeedback machines that cost thousands of dollars and need a clinical setting. They discovered something far simpler and far more aligned with how you were originally designed to work. It is a highly specific sound frequency engineered to guide your brainwave patterns directly back to the genius state you were born with. A team of dedicated neuroscientists spent years perfecting this powerful technology. Princeton University has studied this exact mechanism. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed its incredible effectiveness. Columbia University even found that when this specific brainwave is reactivated, it does not stop with you. It radiates outward and powerfully influences the people around you, your children, your partner. It actively rewrites the energetic signature of your entire home. It only takes 7 minutes a day. That is all it requires. And the glorious restoration begins working the very first time you listen. I will tell you exactly what this powerful tool is called and how to access it before this message ends. But first, there is something you urgently need to understand about why your massive breakthrough has been painfully delayed. The darkness is trying one last trick. The enemy knows that your brain is about to be fully restored, and they are absolutely terrified of what you will accomplish when your gamma frequency is back online. A chosen one operating at full capacity is a massive threat to the entire matrix. So they are setting up a final, desperate trap right at the edge of your victory. Do not ignore this next sign. It is the most critical test you will ever face. The fatal trap I warned you about earlier is finally here. It is the sudden and unexpected appearance of a toxic counterfeit from your past. Your mother, or her enablers, will reach out right when your real blessing is at the door. They will send a casual message pretending nothing ever happened. Do not reply. That is the ultimate spiritual test. They are not reaching out because they suddenly miss your beautiful soul. They are reaching out because they are spiritually starving. Your incredible energy was their primary food source for decades. And when you finally cut the cord, their dark entities lost their daily supply. They can actually feel your frequency shifting from miles away. This massive frequency shift is absolutely terrifying to them. They thought they had permanently broken your spirit when they pushed you into isolation. But what they did not realize was that solitude was your ultimate training ground. You did not break under the heavy pressure. You simply evolved into a powerful master of reality. And now they are panicking. Your pure presence alone shifts the entire atmosphere of any room you enter. Your quiet silence has become a dangerous weapon that terrifies them, because they can no longer manipulate what they cannot access. You are finally watching their false empire crumble to the ground. Heaven is preparing a massive table for you, right in their presence. There are 3 undeniable signs that your divine miracle is arriving right now. Number 1 is the sudden return of deep synchronicities. You are seeing repeating angel numbers like 111 and 777 everywhere you look. This is heaven confirming that your new timeline is officially locked in. The universe is speaking directly to you again. Number 2 is the heavy silence surrounding your life right now. Many people have suddenly walked away from you in the past few months. You felt entirely isolated and deeply rejected by the world, but heaven deliberately slowed you down to protect you. God is aggressively clearing out the rooms you were never meant to stay in. The rejection was not a cruel punishment from above. It was the ultimate divine protection protocol. Breathe that massive truth in right now. You have successfully passed the hardest test of your entire life. You proved that you would rather stand entirely alone in the light than sit comfortably in the dark with familiar demons. Number 3 is a strange feeling of physical exhaustion, followed by sudden flashes of extreme clarity. Your tired body is violently purging the old survival frequencies. The toxic beta waves are being pushed out of your nervous system. Your brain is desperately trying to make room for the higher vibrations to finally return. You are shedding the heavy identity of the traumatized victim. A fully healed person no longer tolerates disrespect disguised as simple honesty. You no longer accept constant confusion disguised as complicated love. You have built an impenetrable fortress of pure light around your vulnerable heart, and heaven is extremely proud of your fierce boundaries. The people who hurt you do not hate you because you are shining. They intensely hate you because your bright light effortlessly exposes their hidden darkness. They preferred you when you were small and incredibly anxious, because a confused chosen one is very easy to control. But a chosen one who remembers their true power is absolutely unstoppable. Your deep intuition is already screaming that this is the absolute truth. You can feel the heavy chains falling off your spirit with every word I speak. The long season of waiting in the dark hallway is officially over. The dry desert you walked through has suddenly burst into a beautiful oasis of divine favor. Every closed door is being blown wide open. This is exactly where everything starts to make perfect sense. The massive gap between your struggle and your success is about to be permanently closed. The universe is aligning a massive wealth transfer directly into your hands, but you cannot receive this massive earthly blessing while operating on a broken physical receiver. Your spiritual readiness is completely undeniable right now. but your physical brain must be fully aligned with your high vibration. The specific sound frequency I mentioned earlier is the final missing piece of your puzzle. Science is finally catching up to what your beautiful soul already knew. There is a physical key to unlock your spiritual prison. I was deeply debating whether to share this secret with you today, but my spirit would not let me stay silent for another minute. God often provides the exact physical tool we need right when we are fully ready to receive it. And you have never been more ready than you are in this exact second. Your profound awakening is demanding a physical transformation. Can you feel that massive shift in your spirit right now? That is the exact frequency of absolute victory. The heavy matrix of your family trauma is completely breaking apart. And as the dark smoke finally clears from your vision, you are stepping boldly into the glorious timeline you were always born to rule. You are no longer the empath who begged to be understood. The cruel crucible of pain has forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. From this exact moment on, your pure energy demands instant respect. You do not even have to speak a single word to make them retreat. The divine wealth you were promised is flowing effortlessly into your new timeline. Heaven is handing you the final keys to the kingdom today. But you must be physically prepared to hold this massive blessing. Your earthly vessel needs the final upgrade to perfectly match your beautiful soul. The question I asked you to hold at the beginning of this message: what if the massive gap is not a character flaw? Here is the final answer. A specific brainwave called the gamma wave was running in you as a child. Princeton University has studied this exact frequency. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed its incredible power, and Columbia University found that when this brainwave is beautifully restored, it actually radiates outward to heal your entire family. A brilliant team of dedicated neuroscientists discovered how to restore this lost power. Dr. Robert Lake in New York spent years compressing the full clinical protocol for gamma reactivation. He turned hours of complex therapy into just 7 minutes. Before I tell you what they built, let me tell you about 2 people who actually used it. Because their painful stories perfectly mirror your exact struggle today. A beautiful woman from California had literally tried everything. She tried endless meditation and desperate praying to fix her life. Nothing broke the heavy fog around her mind. After 2 weeks of listening to this frequency, she said something completely cleared. It was not that she forced herself to try harder to manifest. The blocked channel simply opened up on its own. She described her new reality as fully enchanted. Another woman named Hannah carried a terrible history of family trauma. Her bloodline was plagued by a heavy generational curse. After using this specific protocol, her failing marriage instantly transformed into pure joy. She received a massive promotion at work out of nowhere, and she boldly declared to the world that the dark generational curse her family carried for centuries is finally gone forever. That is true freedom. That is exactly what Dr. Lake and his brilliant team built for you. They call it the Genius Song. It is definitely not a generic meditation app. It is a highly advanced 7-minute audio track. It uses powerful brain entrainment technology to effortlessly bypass your conscious mind. You just put your headphones on and close your tired eyes. That is the absolute entirety of what the healing process requires from you. You do not chant any complex mantras. You simply let the pure frequency do what your brain was originally designed to receive. But I must warn you about something very important right now. The Genius Song is absolutely not for everyone. It is uniquely for the chosen one who has already done the deep inner work. It is for the brave cycle breaker who understands that their divine channel desperately needs restoring. If your weary spirit confirms this is for you, the path is wide open below. Clinical biofeedback sessions to restore this gamma state cost hundreds of dollars per hour. A heavy in-home machine runs thousands of dollars. But what the Genius Song delivers in 7 minutes is available to you today for a mere fraction of its true value. The elite want to keep this powerful frequency completely hidden from you. 4 powerful bonuses come directly with it today. You receive a special audio track designed specifically for your children. You get the original prosperity text that the famous secret was secretly built upon. You receive a beautifully guided visualization from a top creator. And to ensure you do not lose your momentum, you get a printable daily habits guide built to sustain your gamma state all day long. This is your massive toolkit. Here is the deeper spiritual truth about waiting. The divine provision God arranged for you does not arrive as something completely new. It arrives as something you finally recognize. A suppressed brain completely misses the beautiful recognition. What has been placed in your path for this season is already there waiting for you, but you must have the physical capacity to grab it. The chosen one who restores the receiver today finally sees what was always there. Do not look for this specific frequency on YouTube or Spotify. The fake tracks circulating on those platforms have absolutely no brain entrainment technology encoded. They will only lower your precious vibration and invite more confusion. The universe requires no risk from a true chosen one. If you do not feel the massive shift you deserve, every single penny is returned to you. That is an energetic exchange governed by complete divine trust. You have absolutely nothing to lose and your entire kingdom to gain. Access the official original transmission today. The link is waiting for you in the description and in the pinned comment below. Take your incredible power back right now. The physical tool is never the final destination. The tool merely restores your broken receiver so the glorious destination can be recognized. God does not require you to purchase anything to be deeply loved or chosen. What was described is simply one powerful way the receiver is restored. Whether that specific path is yours or not, you must remember that the absolute truth of this powerful message belongs to you entirely. Let us take a slow breath right now as we return to the beautiful heart of this divine message. The heavy storm has finally passed. You are standing perfectly still in the glorious aftermath of your hardest battle, and you are still breathing. You survived the absolute darkest nights when nobody else was watching. You carried a crushing weight that would have easily destroyed anyone else, but you did not shatter into pieces. You simply became an unbreakable diamond of pure light. Heaven is looking down at you with immense pride today. You faced the terrifying shadows of your own family lineage, and you did not blink. You looked directly into the eyes of generational trauma and said, "Enough is enough." That takes a massive level of spiritual bravery. You are a true warrior of the light. Your beautiful soul is finally safe from their toxic reach. The invisible chains that held your divine potential hostage are completely broken. They are laying shattered on the floor behind you. You never have to pick them up again. The heavy guilt and the endless obligation are gone forever. You are entirely free to walk away without a single look back. The universe fully supports your brave decision to choose your own peace today. For the chosen one whose spirit deeply confirmed the tool we discussed earlier, the physical path remains open for you in the description and the pinned comment below. That is the last time I will ever mention it. What follows right now belongs entirely to your final sealing. We are completely closing the heavy door on your painful past right now. Take a deep and slow breath with me right now. Let the pure air fill your tired lungs with new life. As you exhale, imagine blowing away the last remnants of her dark influence. You are actively purging the heavy trauma from your earthly vessel. Your new timeline is officially beginning in this exact second. You are no longer a helpless victim of your chaotic childhood. You are the absolute master of your own reality now. Your pure energy is a highly protected sanctuary that no dark entity can ever invade. The people who desperately tried to keep you small will have to watch you rise from a very far distance. They no longer have any access to your brilliant light. You have successfully starved their toxic shadows of your precious attention. A massive wave of divine wealth and deep peace is rushing toward you right now. It is aggressively pushing out the old poverty mindset you inherited. You are stepping into a glorious season of effortless abundance. The heavy struggle is officially over. You do not have to fight for your basic survival anymore. The table is fully prepared, and your golden seat is waiting. You will wake up tomorrow morning feeling incredibly light. The heavy pressure sitting on your chest will be completely gone. You will finally hear the beautiful sound of your own intuition guiding your steps. It will whisper sweet confirmations of your ultimate victory. You will deeply know that you are walking on the right path. Your divine compass is perfectly calibrated again, but you must aggressively protect this newly found peace. The enemy will definitely try to send tiny distractions to test your new boundaries. They will send flying monkeys to deliver messages of fake concern. You must stand incredibly firm in your quiet authority. A healed person simply does not entertain confusion disguised as love. You must ignore their desperate knocking. Let their manipulative text messages sit completely unread. Your silence is the most powerful answer you could ever give them. It loudly declares that their reign of emotional terror is over. You are too busy building your massive empire to engage in their petty drama. You are a wealthy cycle breaker, and your time is incredibly valuable. We must lock this glorious reality in place right now. We need to perform the final spiritual seal to guarantee your absolute protection. The dark forces are watching to see if you will claim this massive blessing or let it slip away. You must prove to heaven that your hands are fully open to receive your reward. You must take one final physical action to close this sacred contract. If this fiery message has reignited the powerful faith inside you, do not keep this massive blessing to yourself. There is another beautiful soul out there bleeding in the dark of despair. They are desperately needing a guiding light right now. They are crying themselves to sleep, wondering if the terrible abuse is their own fault. You hold the exact key to their spiritual freedom. Share this message with them immediately. When you share this divine revelation, you actively activate the heavy anointing on your own life. Sowing this pure seed of hope today is aggressively multiplying the blessing for your own tomorrow. You are proving that you are a generous leader in the kingdom of light. Hit the share button right now to permanently seal your glorious victory.